social studies class. How did you like the YouTube video we just watched on Thomas Edison?
I liked it a lot.
You liked it a lot? Okay, great. Well, today we're going to continue where we left off, as we just discussed with before the video. But last week we assigned this book, Who Was Thomas Alva Edison? Did everybody get a chance to read this? Good job. Okay. So today's learning objective will be to complete a book box. And I've got all the materials over here. And with that, we need to have we have colored pencils, we have markers. We do have a printer over here where you can print off some different pictures and incorporate that. But we need to incorporate at least 10 different facts about Thomas Edison that you got from the book. So that will be the objective, to complete that box, turn it in back here on the teacher's desk at the end of when you're completing. At the end of that, what I would like you to do is to go in partners, so I'll assign those, so you two girls will be working together. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Before we do that, I want to review some vocabulary that you guys would have come across in the book. Riley? Inventor. Does anybody know what an inventor is?
It's a person who creates different things.
Yes, a person who creates something new. Okay. And how about curious? Does anybody know what it means to be curious? Rylan, do you? No? Yes?
It means like to want to find out new things and want to maybe explore.
Yeah, eager to know or learn. And patent. That's a little bit of a hard one. That's a license to exclude others from making, using, or selling something for a period of time. So in the book, they talked about Thomas Edison getting patents on some of the things he made. Right. Investor. Does anybody know what an investor is?
Like some people might invest in stocks, and like as in the book, people invested money, like with Thomas Edison, so that he would keep making things.
Right. That's great. So at one point in time, he quit his job, and he used money that the investors put in. Great. How about scientist? What is a scientist? Yes?
A person who might like experiment with new things and maybe make different medicines, and there's different scientists that make a bunch of like different things.
Yes, great. The person who has expert knowledge in one or more things, and it's usually one of the sciences. So good job on that. So as we just mentioned, we're going to do a book box, and we're going to turn it in at the teacher's area, and clean up the area once you're done, please. And after you've done that, we're also going to write a paper, and that paper is kind of a little test of just kind of a look and see how everybody did on the book. So we're going to have you need to write a one-page paper and have at least 10 facts about the book. And those facts need to be from different categories. For one, you need to write in complete sentences. Remember all the 5 different parts of a sentence. You need to have facts on Mr. Edison's childhood, facts on places he lived or jobs he had. We need to discuss various inventions that you read about, and discuss maybe the feelings he had through his life and the different things he encountered. And ideally incorporate a drawing or two on that paper, maybe in the bottom right-hand side or just somewhere along the bottom, so that you can get your writing done, but also have a drawing in there. So this rubric, or how it'll be graded, will be on display up here, so you can look at it before you start writing if you need to. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay, then we're going to get to work, and I'm going to pause this for a moment while we're working on our book box. Okay. So nice job, class, reading quietly after you already turned in your papers and your book box at the back of the class. You can hold on to that. That's next week's reading. I see that you already found that. That's great. So to recap, Rylan, could you Could you focus on what we're doing right here? Okay, so to recap, our objective was to complete a book box about Thomas Edison, the book that you read earlier this week and last week that was assigned. And on that book box to have at least 10 facts, and that could be any artwork or writing. And I see that you have turned that in. So nice job. Do you want to say anything about your book box?
Well, so Thomas Edison didn't actually invent the light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
He just like perfected it so that people could have it inside their homes. And so Edison, he was like mostly deaf because a conductor pulled him onto a train by only his ears. And then he lived like through the Civil War and stuff. And
Okay, so I see you drew some pictures on it, and you put some of his inventions. You told some about his childhood,
yeah.
And some about the inventions that he had, the light bulb, the phonograph, or he perfected the light bulb, and that's really nice. You girls did a very nice job. Thank you for that. So next, I'd like to kind of get to the papers. Would either of you like to come to the author's chair and present their paper? Rylan, I think Finley's going to go first and read her paper. Is that okay? Okay, there's the author's chair right there. If you could read the paper, please.
So, I did this by myself, and it's about, like, Thomas Edison stuff. So, yeah. Thomas Edison was born in Ohio to a family with little money. He often visited a farm of relatives. He was very curious. Once he sat on a chicken egg to see if he could make it hatch, as he had watched a hen sit on eggs and seen them hatch. Thomas also had his neighbor eat worms he had put into a drink without telling her. He wanted to see if it would make her fly, like the bird he had just watched eat a worm and fly away. He always wanted to know how things worked. He wasn't always known for being smart because he would daydream a lot. One teacher thought of him as slow. His mom took him out of school and homeschooled him. She challenged him with very hard assignments and knew he was very capable. He always succeeded. She believed in him and spent time with him as a teacher. His first job was working for a railroad selling newspapers and other things. The train operator let him live on a train car. He kept a laboratory there. He later lived in Boston and New York and invented things. He was happy the day he married his wife on Christmas Day, although some think of him as the inventor of the light bulb. He was not. He made it useful to others. He also made a voting machine, printer, and phonograph. He failed many times before succeeding, but he never got down and kept trying.
Great job reading. Great job with your paper. Yes. Okay, thank you. Could you get back to your seat? Great job on your paper, and I'll take that and turn that back in, and we'll get those grades back, or I'll get those grades back to you next week. So the next step in class is we're going to continue next week to hear the other students and see the other book boxes. And then we're going to start reading another book, and that is about Abraham Lincoln. And several of you have already started on that already. And so just go ahead and complete that book, and then we'll discuss about the project that we're going to do based on those facts next week when we come. Thank you very much.